Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of Breaking Bedrock. My name is Fiasco. Thank you for joining me. We are back here in our base, and a few things have happened since the last time I saw you. One, I have gotten my inventory a little bit more organized with our supplies from the end. These shulker boxes are going to be a huge boon for us. We also got a bunch of armor and stuff like that from the end, so we should be good for quite a while. Now, a goal of mine is to get a good set of backup gear assembled and get a few of my regular shulker boxes going. This will be my village box eventually, full of a bunch of workstations and beds and stuff like that. So we've got a little bit of work to do with our inventory, but there's a few things that we need to cover in today's video. One, I think I'm going to rip this floor out that's above my head because I don't like it anymore. I'm not going to do that right now. There's some work that I need to do before that, but when I was designing the next phase of this tower in a live stream, which, by the way, if you're not following me on Twitch, please head to twitch.tv/Fiasco Plays, and you can take part in those live streams with me as well, and we can be part of that building process together. Now, in this next phase of the tower, and I would fly up there, but I'm short on rockets. In the next phase of this tower, I'm going to have a dome going over top. Like this, for example. This is what I was working on in that live stream, and I guess it was just better to show you than try to explain what is going on. So this was phase 1 of the tower. This is phase 2 of the tower. Phase 3 is going underneath, and then phase 4 will go on top of this part of the tower. Now, it's not done, obviously. I only did 1/4 section, just as kind of a proof of concept to see if I like it. This section of the tower is going to incorporate early game materials, but things that are a little bit more of a luxury and maybe harder to come by, with the exception of the polished diorite here. It's pretty common, but I wanted to include it anyways. So bricks are a pain, and glass can be a real pain, especially with as much glass as we're going to need to fill up this whole structure. And what I'm thinking is these 4 support pillars on the sides, and then 1 large pillar going down the middle, and maybe going all the way through this floor to our first level as well. Now you may be wondering, what does tearing out that floor have to do with any of this? And let me show you. Just look how nice and clear and open and big this space is. It's very beautiful and it's massive, and I love that. And this space is just, it feels very claustrophobic to me now that I have that space up above. And so I'm thinking if we tear out this floor, which did take us a while to put in, but, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and maybe even change our plans with this floor here, we have a lot of space at that point. Phase 1 and phase 2 of the tower, that's a lot of build space. And so I'm thinking we can stack our farms a little bit more 3-dimensionally at that point, because we'll also be able to fly. So rather than have all of our pipes run underneath in this floor here into a collection system, they can run all over the place, Willy Wonka style. So anyways, that is what I'm thinking. So be patient with me with this next section of the tower. I am trying to get it done as quickly as I can, but I also do want to do it right. And so come and help me design it on these live streams. I had a lot of fun doing it on the live stream. I got some really good input from some great followers, and we are just going to leave it for now. And that includes our storage system, unfortunately, because I kind of need to know what I'm going to do with the rest of the tower before I build a proper storage system. So storage over there and over here for now, and it's just going to have to do. But there's a few things that I need to get done before we start working on that, and one of them is very important. One of them is a big project, and that is what we are going to work on in this episode. I need a source of gunpowder, and I don't want to make a creeper-only farm because I think that mob farms are super ugly and boring, and I don't like them. So we are going to make a Ghast farm. That is right, a very talented content creator by the name of Silent Whisperer has created a Ghast farm that looks just outstanding. It's incredible. It is going to require us to do a bunch of traveling in the nether, though, to try and find a good place to put it. So I'm actually going to need to go and harvest some gunpowder the old-fashioned way just by killing creepers in the meantime, so I have enough rockets to do that. So that's going to take a little while, probably the rest of my IRL day. I'll just spend resource gathering. I'm also going to need some potions of fire resistance. I think I've only got one left right now. So I'll need to do a little bit of brewing up with those. And I don't even have any magma cream? That can't be right. No, I've got a few, so that should be enough. I got to go through a material list and all that jazz. And then I think I kind of want better armor in this episode, too. We might work on getting a better armor setup in the meantime. This is going to be my backup gearbox, and it needs a little bit of work. But building a ghast farm is going to take quite a bit of energy and effort and resources and all that fun stuff. So I've got my work cut out for me, but it is going to be worth it because we are going to have an unlimited supply of rockets once it is done. So let's get to work and wish me luck. Well, that actually didn't take as long as I thought it was going to, which is great because that means I get to start working on it tonight IRL time, which I didn't think I was going to be able to. I did a little bit of scouting and I found an area that's going to work for us. I got a bunch of materials ready. Right here in these 4 shulker boxes. These are basically full. We need a lot of materials for this build, so yeah, now the only thing that we need to do is go into the dangerous nether and build the darn thing. So this is going to be sketchy, but if we have fire resistance on us, we should be all right. So now is the part where I need to actually go and watch a tutorial on how to build this thing. And actually, by the looks of it, that was a screenshot from my thumbnail that I'm going to use, we might actually be good in this immediate area for ghasts spawning. At least I don't see any more spawning right now. So we might be cool to just chill here. What's up, Strider? So yeah, I'm going to watch a tutorial and get building, and I'll update you in a few minutes, or if I fall into lava, like that. Well, I already made a mistake and accidentally broke my ender chest with a fortune pick instead of a silk touch pick, which meant I needed to go all the way back to my base to get a new ender chest. So we're basically starting again on this adventure. So round 2, here we go. Okay, so I have begun work on my little platform here. Now, this is actually, I made a mistake, 2 blocks lower than it is in the tutorial that I'm following. So hopefully that's not a big deal. I think maybe at most I'll just have to lower my AFK platform, and hopefully that'll do it. But yeah, I'm sure it's not a huge deal. As long as we get those spawns, I'll be happy. Also, I used melons as my marker blocks because they're cute. Look at them go. So I'm going to fill in the rest of this platform, and yeah, putz away on this tutorial. And what time is it? It is currently 8:30 p.m. IRL time, and I will not finish this tonight. I know that for a fact. So this will be probably another day or 2 project for me, but I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, let's keep putzing away, and I'll update you during the next section of this. Okay, so we are getting a lot of progress done here, and I'm standing right in the middle of this farm right now because this is basically the only place that I am safe from ghasts spawning. If I get any closer to those islands over there, or anywhere besides basically right here, ghasts will start spawning and then they blow all my stuff up, which has been a problem. But I've got one pattern kind of down pat there. I need to do what I have over here. I'm hopefully not spawning a ghast. This section right here looks a little weird and complex, but it's actually, there's not a whole lot to it. These bars up top are to suffocate the ghasts. These launch minecarts and pick up the ghasts as they spawn on this platform. And he shouldn't be able to see me through the glass. So I am going to just go back here. There we go. Okay. Whew. So I'm just going to stay in the center of this platform while I'm explaining stuff. So yeah, I need to do that 4 more times, I believe, or 3 more times. There should be 4 in total. So it's coming along pretty good, actually. I haven't had any, like, catastrophic losses yet. Just little things that I've had to repair over and over again because of the ghasts. But overall, going really well. So let's keep plugging away here. It has now been several more hours, and I actually am doing a pretty complicated part right now, which is the part that is just behind me there and in between those 2 sections. That's the brain of this whole thing, and it turns out it's actually kind of hard to make. Yeah, this thing is a bit much, turns out. But there's a part I need to get below the farm now, and I'm kind of screwed because I don't have a good way of getting down there without, you know, burning in lava and dying, unfortunately. So it is kind of looking pretty cool right now, though. Not gonna lie, that's a very cool looking thing. So I need these weeping vines, and ideally I need some bone meal. But I don't think I'm going to get it. So I think maybe if I harvest it with Silk Touch, I should get all of them, potentially, or at least more of them. Nope, nope, not in the mood. Not in the mood to fight you guys right now, I'll tell you that much. Oh, I can get bone meal from these bone blocks. Beautiful. Okay, so I actually don't need that many of these. So... wow, the nether. It has everything. I just got to try and not, whoops, die. And these guys, I have gotten, as I miss, pretty good at shooting these guys down. I have killed many, many of them now. Oh, I love that sound. Ah! Not a big fan of those guys. And we're going to quick. Back to the center of our farm where things can't spawn. Okay, that actually went super well. So I'm going to, yeah, try to make my way underneath this brain section here. And I'm a little worried it's going to explode. Well, it turns out that I had a bunch of problems, and this wasn't working. And so you can see I'm clearly not in survival now. I made a copy of my world so I can go into creative and figure out what went wrong with this brain here without actually tearing the whole thing down. And it turns out I was missing one single redstone torch right here, and that was preventing this from clocking properly. And now that I figured that out, that is honestly best case scenario. I must have just missed it in the tutorial or something like that. And yeah, I was a little worried I was gonna have to tear this whole thing down, which would not have been super cool. So I just kind of wanted to share this little part with you, this part of the process here, me just trying to figure out what I have broken and why, because this, although it's not super complicated, I kind of just built a little version of the clock right here without that, just to like get it through my head. But this is, when you're building other people's redstone, it's very complicated no matter what, because you're not the one putting the thought process into how all of the logic works. So yeah, this is just a little behind the scenes with me putting some of these things together. So, all right, back to survival. Well, we finally got it working. It has taken actually quite a few in-game hours, and you can see that this thing is quite the beast. It's actually kind of hard to see with this ender chest in the way, so let's get that out of here for now. And that piece of glass. Why not? Those actually don't need to be in here at all. Let's pop those in. So, as you can see, the only place right now that mobs can spawn is down there. And the only mobs that can spawn down there are ghasts, which is perfect. So those minecarts running up and down that track, which is just a work of art, by the way. Thank you to Silent Whisperer for this farm design. It's, if nothing else, absolutely amazingly engineered. So yeah, those pick them up, drop them off into more mine carts where they get trident killered. I get to hold a looting 3 sword, collect a bunch of their drops. It's amazing. Now I've added this walkway here, and that pillar of that crimson wood there holds a ladder. You can't put ladders on glass. So that is my way up and down, and this glass tube is just me being paranoid, because if I leave kind of this AFK spot and I get down there and like in my collection system and stuff, the gas can spawn other places and launch fireballs, and I am not joking when I say I have had it with Ghast fireballs. That is enough of those for the time being. So all I need to do now is make a collection system on this side of the farm for all of the gunpowder. Now there's 4 hoppers on this side, and I'm going to need to run those together, I think, and have them go into the collection system over here. Not really sure how I'm going to do that right now. I did bring a shulker box full of iron and, where is it? Yes, wood and iron. I've got a ton of wood and iron, a bunch of pre-made hoppers, so it's going to be one long hopper line, and I think that should be enough to carry all of the gunpowder. I was having some issues with the farm where the ghasts were suffocating to death, and I wasn't understanding why, because the tutorial was very clear that the ghasts should never suffocate and die and have their drops fall in the middle of the farm. They should always drop in the proper spots. And I realized I hadn't activated my activator rails over there. They weren't powered, so they weren't getting dumped into those those mine carts over there, and the farm was not working at full capacity. So I troubleshooted that, fixed that. This thing is working amazingly. I am 100% safe in here, pardon me. Once I throw some glass over top of an ender chest, that thing can't be spawned on either, and I can AFK in here as long as I want. And once I'm done my storage system, that is what I'm going to do overnight. I'm going to hold a looting 3 sword, and we are going to get so many gas tiers and so much gunpowder. And honestly, my goal with this farm, the whole reason I built this thing, is to do 1, 2, maybe 3 long AFK sessions here and just have as much gunpowder as we could possibly want. So we are right on track for that. It has taken several in-game days, or in real-life days, pardon me, many in-game days. Don't even get me started on that. But that's not because of this farm. That's just because of real life things and also streaming, more Minecraft and stuff like that. So, I just haven't had a lot of time to work on this right now. So, I am so excited to actually get this thing done because once we have gunpowder, we'll have a better source of, or at least part of a source of TNT, which means that I can possibly make a tree farm and have a blast chamber to break the wood. And that's all future plans. I really do need some wood though, so in the meantime, let's just marvel at this engineering. And yes, thank you again, Silent Whisperer, for this design. As opposed to creeper farms, this is the next best thing. And honestly, this is so unique and so much fun. And I loved building it, besides being blown up every 10 minutes and really struggling with the gas. But kind of once you reached a rhythm, it wasn't too bad. So anyone who's interested in this farm, I will link the tutorial in the description. Please, yeah, check it out. It can be a little frustrating, I won't lie, but that is not because of the farm. That is because of the ghasts. And honestly, you're going to deal with farms no matter, or you're going to deal with mobs no matter what farm that you build. So that's just how the cookie crumbles. So I'm going to make a storage system, and I think I'm just going to cut it off here because you guys have seen me work on this enough. So on this very close-up shot, I'm going to say good night and thank you so much. All right, good night for me. Thank you for watching is what I meant to say, and I will catch you in the next one. Until next time, my name is Fiasco. Goodbye.